Do you remember Terminator? 1984 James Cameron's masterpiece that most of us love and appreciate? Can you imagine a Korean romantic comedy action drama interpretation of that movie in a Japanese setting with a female robot that would be fun to watch? Me neither. Until recently. Hello and welcome to Darkroom Streaming. This is what we do: search the world for highly rated shows and movies that you have probably never heard of but are well worth your attention, and bring them to our platform where you can enjoy those gems absolutely free. Link in description. In this video we will be talking about a piece of entertainment called Cyborg She, brought to the audience in 2008 by a popular in East Asia director Kwak Jae-yong. Other than being known for K-pop, kimchi, Samsung, Hyundai, professional StarCraft, Korean fried chicken, and Oppa Gangnam Style, over the course of the last couple decades, South Korea earned one of the leading spots in the entertainment industry. Don't get confused with North Korea, a totally different country, known as one of the most repressed countries in the world, where in 2014 United Nations Commission of Inquiry determined that it is systematically and egregiously violated human rights, finding the state guilty of torture, arbitrary arrests, and forced disappearances, systematically denying basic rights and fundamental freedoms, with North Korean women as the most common victim. Yeah, they don't really make movies. They kill their own people that appeared being not happy with totalitarian control, slavery, and poverty. Typical communist alignment. Back to South Korea, that brought us movies like Train to Busan, Zombies fan recommended, The Host, Old Boy, 2013 Snowpiercer. I bet when you were looking at the top of the line Hollywood cast including Chris Evans, Tilda Swinton, Octavia Spencer, and Ed Harris, you never thought it was a Korean film. Well, it is. As well as 2020 history-making 4 Oscar winner sensation Parasite. All of Us Are Dead, another fresh approach to zombie genre. And of course, series that sold the most Halloween costumes last year, Squid Game. So when it comes to film markets in countries of 4 Asian tigers, there is a high probability of finding a valuable content. Yet, movie with pronounced in the title didn't appear to us that attractive at first, considering how one of the latest Hollywood developments with such approach, being announced as romantic comedy with strong female lead, instead took a massive grin panderless shit on the comic book that we like. Glad we reconsidered. And if image of poorly animated green enormous chick twerking doesn't appear to you fun or romantic, then probably you're a reasonable person of healthy moral values and might find movie Cyborg She, that by the way delivers those announced features, entertaining, comforting, and cute, as much as such description fit to characterize the movie. As usual, I will not spoil the key breakdown to the events, yet movie called Cyborg She opens like Terminator, and from the first minutes introduces us to the strange encounter of young lonely guy that celebrates his birthday solo with attractive young woman appeared from the future. That is pretty straightforward, addresses general idea, yet with all of the above, author took an original approach to the concept and delivered a tender, warming, unique story. It unwraps around a young man named Jiro. He lives a lonely life, works a boring job, follows the same routine every day, dreamy, down-to-earth, nice guy overall, but even himself evaluates his own appearance as nothing more but the face in the crowd. It all changes when the beautiful, considerably out of his league girl crushes his one-man birthday party and takes a fellow on a walk through the city, doing some strange, silly things that a freshly dating couple would do on the wave of sweet, silly, romantic euphoria. On a few occasions during the night, it seems that the girl goes a bit too crazy in her approach to, let's call it a first date, orders all expensive items from restaurant menu and forces guy to run away instead of paying the bill, steals apples from the fruit cart, nearly being caught by police, even breaks window in Jiro's apartment and takes some of the dialogue to the strange extent up to the point when Jiro finds himself blamed for something he doesn't know about. However, the guy is happily taking it like some capricious play and falls in love with her, feeling like they have known each other for the entire life. It wouldn't be much of a surprise when it comes to such a lovely encounter, but the girl actually appears to know his address, lifestyle, habits, and roundabouts suspiciously accurate to date and in smallest details. Jiro doesn't pay attention to all those coincidences and enjoys the night being carried away by having a good time out with a beautiful lady. His happy flow gets spontaneously interrupted when the girl announces her departure, claiming that it's time for her to head back to the future. Jiro gets all emotional when such a remarkable accidental adventure reaches its finale, promising that he will be waiting to meet her again, even though the girl stated that it is impossible. And he waited. 1 year passed by, and right at Jiro's next birthday, the time continuum was broken again, bringing from the future identical-looking girl in a sphere of lightning strikes. Yes, just like in the Terminator movie. No, she is not naked. That's not the point. And it isn't the girl from previous visit, actually. It's a cyborg copy from a different time segment. Their correlation in the story will be uncovered towards the end of the movie. After the Cyborg She is introduced to the audience, the director recreates a scene from Cameron's classic, where the character walks through an empty alley and runs into 3 punks that consider the hero an easy prey, but brawl doesn't unfold in bully's favor and they get asses kicked kung fu style. This encounter reflects how overpowered visitor from the future is compared to the humans, explaining her approach to problem solving in the future. First thing she does after is crashing into Jiro's solo birthday party again. It makes him happy since this is what he waited for, but notices how different and dull her communicative skills are. He doesn't get much time to process it because one of the restaurant goers pulls out a machine gun and starts randomly blasting all over the place, simultaneously attempting to set the restaurant on fire. At that moment, the cyborg girl fulfills her first part of the mission, saving Jiro from the bullet that would alter his life and neutralizes the shooter. They go to Jiro's home where a hologram of himself from 65 years later, projected by the robot girl, explains how getting shot on that birthday leaves whole body paralyzed, and he dedicated rest of his life to build cybernetic model of Dream Girl to prevent this from happening, and warns current day Jiro that robot is fresh creation, and other than very basics of human interaction, her soul and mind are empty, and she needs to learn to become as close to life being as possible from coexisting with him. Remember Terminator 2, when Arnold is about to melt himself and tells John Connor, "Now I know why you cry"? That is the point, yet delivered in a completely different fashion. Speech of old Jiro sounds smart and inspiring, but in reality the only thing the guy mind manifested at the moment, something, pretty girl in the house. That notion gives a spin to the rest of the story, setting up the tone of comedy and romance, generating a variety of everyday life situations where kind but shy and awkward Jiro tries to do best in the presence of a girl he likes, while the lady learns to understand surrounding world and role of human relations in it. Which is not an easy task, considering how confusing busy college life can get with all the classes, parties, friends, and potential rivals. To generalize the rest of the story without spoilers, I'd like to mention that eventually Jiro realizes that older him gave young men a chance to reevaluate things in life that most youngsters take for granted without appreciating them enough, and Robot Girl being pre-programmed to interfere in some of the life-changing events of other people that at first glance are not related to Jiro, eventually grows into human-alike personality and discovers what a generous and wise man Jiro soon to become. Unfortunately, things don't go as smooth and spotless as everybody wishes. Even her cyber powers have limits and can provide solutions only up to a certain extent when it comes to major disaster, which after all triggers the opening of an additional time loop that brings the rest of the story together. Ending, by the way, leaves a good aftertaste. Unlike some idealist writing when it comes to pushing the button and everything goes back to normal and you feel your time wasted, this movie comes to a rather positive logical finale, however, damage is done and consequences to be embraced. That is pretty much it. Overall, light, fun movie to see. So if you want to find out what happened to Jiro and Cyborg She, it is free to watch at Darkroom streaming on any platform, link in description. Thanks for watching, and now I have to go. Ciao.